I'm standing, the air is slowly leaving. So you might as well take my lungs away, 'cause I can't breathe around you anyway, breathe around you anyway. You might as well take my lungs away, 'cause I can't breathe around you anyway, breathe around you anyway.
Hey, I'm Lydia Rodford, and today we are here with the Courtyard Studios chatting to the incredibly talented artist that is Ruti. Ruti, thank you for your time and being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's go all the way back to the beginning, if that's okay with you. Your love for music, was that something that developed in the early years of your life?
I think I would say so. I've always loved music, and when I was really young, I loved dancing, and I did dance lessons up until I was like 21. So like
Really?
not that long ago.
What genre? Like what
I've
style
done
of dance?
everything.
Okay.
I've done everything over those 20 years. So yeah, when I was little, I used to do dancing. I was really into like musical theatre. I really thought that I was going to be maybe a dancer. I kind of gave up on the ballerina dream, I think early on, and I just knew I was going to be performing. And then when I was about, I think maybe 11, I think I just, for some reason, something urged me to try singing in front of people with like even training, but like no prior experience of like singing on my own in front of people. I did like a little talent show. I was just like, I want to do singing. and then I did that, and I was going into secondary school. I kind of got involved into the music department a bit more, and then started to like properly listen to music, because I hadn't before that really delved in. My parents like both listen to music and love music. They don't play anything as such, but they have like their favourite artist. I didn't have like a favourite artist, I didn't have a favourite album by that point, but I had an iPod Touch when I went into secondary school.
Oh.
And then I started to get like albums and singles and stuff like
Bring
that.
them back. Like a device that just, I actually think there's a space to bring back, and a device that's just for that.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I still have mine in a drawer, so I could probably charge
Get it out,
Exactly.
get it out, I'm ready for that.
Yeah, I was looking at getting an MP3 player as well, because my dad used to like upload music onto me and my sister's little MP3 players when we were young, and I did have like a Walkman as well, but the one CD that I just know I was obsessed with is Gotta Get Through This by Danny Bedingfield, that album.
Yes.
So yeah, that's kind of when I was really young, that's what I was doing, and then like as I got into secondary school, I just started to really, really love singing and performing in that kind of space, and then making music, and I started to learn to use GarageBand and then Logic. I didn't really think I was good enough to be an artist when I was like about 16, but I wanted to be a producer. And then yeah, I started learning the guitar as well when I was like 13. So I've been playing since then, which is over 10 years now actually. I think I should be better than I am. and then now we're here. It was when I was in the sixth form, I went on The Voice UK, and that kind of kick-started the dream, if you will, because I wasn't really expecting anything to come from it. I didn't even think I was going to get to go past any like the turning of chairs.
I think from the outside looking in, just to say, like, I mean, your voice is so incredible. To almost have gone into that thinking, like with a bit of imposter syndrome, thinking, oh, let's just do this. Clearly your love for talent shows from young was developed. I mean, there was kind of no question that you were gonna like go ahead and win that. Your voice is like, I've never heard anything like it. So beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of confidence then. I feel like I'm a lot more confident in myself now. But on the show, I had a really good time. Like I, again, was not expecting anything from it. So I just kind of was there happily going into the clothing department. I can't remember what that's called, the wardrobe, and then like going in with my vocal coach, and then like being in front of camera was difficult. I found that really hard. But other than that, I was just like, yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah.
Don't know when I'm gonna go, but I I'm happy to go as well.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing to go into that kind of space and think, right, let's just see what happens. It definitely sounds like it's been in your DNA since you were young, even if it's not necessarily something that's been like at the forefront of your whole life. Your love for music, which you can sense when we chat, you can hear through the incredible tones of, you know, the music that you make. So going back a little bit then, when you made the decision, sort of like you loved performing, but actually you found yourself leaning towards maybe being a producer a little bit more. How was that? So you said you learned to play the guitar. Was there anything else that you sort of started to educate yourself on to move into that space a bit more? I was doing like music technology at just like at A-level level. Literally, that's the last thing that I did. I didn't go to uni like I'd planned. I didn't do a master's like I'd planned. I was learning to use Logic, and I have stuck to that since. And like, again, with being an artist, and then after The Voice, I haven't had time to be the producer that I wanted to be yet, but I feel like I've really focused on like developing my voice, which has been so much fun, and I love how I sound now as well, which is kind of crazy because when I was in school having to do recording for like GCSE and A-level, I couldn't stand listening to my own voice. That's so interesting.
I literally couldn't do it. I refused.
Oh my goodness.
So I got other people to sing on my tracks, and then I'd sing on other people's, and then I'd be like, okay, I don't need to listen to that.
And do you think that came from confidence or not necessarily knowing what your sound is? Because that's kind of two very...
It was my confidence, I think.
Wow.
Because I kind of didn't even care what I sounded like. I just knew that I liked singing.
Yeah.
But I also didn't want to know what I sounded like, just in case it was really bad. And I don't know. I don't really know why I couldn't do it, but I think it was just like...
So when did that change? What was it that changed for you? Obviously, you did mention The Voice was kind of through you. Was it that, or is there a moment?
I feel like when I was going through the sixth form, like I was doing like production, I had to write some songs.
Yeah, okay.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get myself... I don't want anyone else to sing my song because I'm actually embarrassed by what I've written, even though there was no need to be, really. But because I was so insecure, I was writing songs and I was like, okay, I have to sing this because if someone reads my words and sings it, they might think it's weird.
Yeah.
So then I had to listen to my own voice.
You had to make sense of your own, which is so beautiful, right? As you should. You've created them, you've come up with them. You should also have the chance to be able to produce and sing as well as you can. It is a skill. Your journey's really interesting. Let's kind of move to the here and now a little bit more. The last couple of years have been amazing, to say the least. At 25, you've achieved so much. 3 highlights for me from the last couple of years that you're like, wow, that was a moment I just will never forget.
Okay, the first one that comes to mind is I was one of the 9 artists on the lineup for Adele's British Summertime Festival back in 2022.
Amazing. So, all female lineup, right?
Yeah, all female lineup, and I was on the Birdcage stage. Did I say that right? I don't even know. It doesn't sound right in my head. But I was on the smallest stage. I was just...
You were there. That's all that matters.
I still got to go backstage. I still had my own little trailer. I got, VIP area. But obviously I was there to perform. And I was just happy to be there. Those performances were so fun as well. Like, just me and my guitar again, having a great time. And I just didn't really think about the scale of it. Sometimes I think I just do stuff and then afterwards I'm like, what? Like,
what have I just done?
That scares me sometimes about myself. I'm not very spontaneous, but sometimes I'll just do stuff and like the fear isn't there. Because I'm actually quite an anxious person.
Wow.
But sometimes it just goes and I'm like, I'm in it. And then afterwards I'm like,
do you know what? I really get that. Like the being quite an anxious person, but yet just doing it.
Just powering through.
Just being like, this is what I love and this is what I'm drawn to. And then you look back and you're like, wait, did that actually just happen? Yeah, I can relate to that. Any advice for anyone maybe that is sort of in that position, that is sort of discovering their sound, is discovering their voice, and actually the anxiety maybe eats them up a little bit more than they would like?
I don't know if I have good advice because I literally don't know how I got here or how I do anything. I would honestly... Sometimes you have to like power through, like literally power through the nervous feeling that's in your stomach, because I find like if I'm too worried about like what everyone else is thinking about while I'm doing something, then I'm probably just never going to get to do what I like doing. I was thinking about that this is such a random comparison, but like I was at the gym the other day and I was like, if I don't go down there and like do the weights and do the things that I know I need to do because I'm worried about what everyone else is doing and looking at, then I'm never going to get I'm never going to get stronger. Yeah. So I just have to apply that to everything. Yeah. Otherwise I'm never going to get anything done. Yeah, it's really difficult to just power through fear, because it's really
real.
It's real.
And it's there.
It's so real.
But you have done it, and you are a complete success. You're off to the US next week.
I am.
You just released Lungs.
Yeah.
Talk to me. What is coming up for Ruti in the future? What can we look out for?
Well, I've recently released a single called Break My Own Heart, and then I think I've got a few more remixes of that song coming out. Wow. A few other special versions of Lungs as well.
Which is just beautiful. I mean, all of your music is, but that is just such a beautiful song.
It's a gorgeous song. Yeah. It's kind of crazy that I wrote it like 2019, and I held on to it for so long because I was really embarrassed about it. Embarrassed about the feelings behind it. So yeah. But other than that, I've got I'm playing a gig with Flames Collective, who are a choir based in East, I think.
Wow,
and, and we're going to be performing Lungs together at the Barbican, so
wow,
it's going to be beautiful.
That's going to be beautiful. Yeah. I think you're an incredibly talented artist. In fact, one that doesn't quite realise how amazing your scope of work is. Thank you so much for your time, Ruti. I'm Lydia Rodford here with the Courtyard Studios at the City of London Distillery.